My 1030 dog is here, and she's a little poodle Bichon mix. I'm Sherry. If this is your first time here, I'm a dog groomer and I make dog grooming videos. And I'm going to show you how I make this dog's head really round. This dog's hair grows continuously like ours. It doesn't stop at a certain length, so she needs to stay on a grooming schedule, and she comes every 6 weeks to have her hair cut. I start her grooming with shampoo and conditioner. I use a storage bucket to lift up the little dog so I don't have to bend over into the tub all day. It's got holes drilled in it for drainage, and I'm going to go ahead and load her up in shampoo. She's a very happy and excited dog, so she does whine a lot. But she's okay. Her eyes run, and she has hard, crusty eye boogers. So while she's in the tub, I'm going to try to loosen them up. For the eye boogers, I like to use a human head lice comb. You can use a flea comb too, but this is just what I like to use. And after I let her eyes soak for a few minutes, I'm going to just come back and loosen them up with this. I'm not pulling them out. I'm just loosening them up so I can come back with my clipper blade and shave them out after she's done drying. If I try to pull them out at this point, it'll just be irritating and be like ripping off a scab. So I'm just loosening them up. She is also getting conditioner, so she's nice and soft. I'm blow drying her for just a few minutes, just to get off all this water. And then I'm going to wrap her up in a towel. And I'll come back in a few minutes and finish blow drying her on the grooming table. I got to clean up my mess in the tub. Now I'm going to get to work on her haircut. I'm going to show you the bandana I made for her. It is really cute. It's purple and it slips over her collar, and it has a black glittery butterfly. Look at her tail. She likes it. I'm telling you. She's happy about it. I'm just going to go ahead and finish blow drying her because I want her to be completely dry before I start her haircut. As usual, she has mats in her tail. I don't know if you can see when I blow dry her tail, it kind of opens up her hair and you can see the mats in there. I'm going to show you how I take care of mats. I get my thinning shears and I thin out her hair and I just brush them right out. They'll come right out. Every time she comes, she has mats in her tail and her hair gets thinner and thinner and thinner. Guys, if you want your dog's tail to be long and fluffy and pretty, you have to brush it before they get to the groomer. A lot of groomers like myself are not willing to brush out mats. I mean, I just remove the mats. I mean, it's fine to do this, but she's not going to have as pretty as tail. It's going to be very thin. I mean, it still looks good, I think. But I'm just saying, if you want a really big, fluffy, pretty tail, you're going to have to brush it and prevent the mats. Because once they're in there, the hair's just not going to look that good trying to get it out. And here comes the part that I really hate. Okay, I'm going to try to be nice, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody, but the style for a Bichon, and she's a Bichon mix, is a big, fluffy head. But what you have to do to get that head big and fluffy, I don't think is very nice to the dog. I mean, honestly, if this was my dog, I would just take the hair short. But to have a big fluffy head, you're going to have to brush and brush down next to the skin. And you're going to have a comb go through this hair without snagging up. Because then you're going to have to fluff it up with a comb and scissor it. I mean, it's a lot of work. You see, I'm just showing you that I'm covering her eyes with my fingers so I don't poke her in the eye with a brush. I'm shaving the pads of her feet out with a 40 blade. Because even the pads of her feet grow hair. Everything grows hair, even inside her ears. I'm shaving the base of her tail with a 10 blade. It gives it a little bit of style back here and keeps her poo-poo area clean when she goes to the bathroom. I'm shaving her out a potty path. She's getting cut pretty short. I'm using a number 5 blade. If you like watching dog grooming videos, consider subscribing to the channel. As you can see, she's a really good dog, but when her owner pulls up with her every time, I can hear her crying outside, coming down the street. She's out there screaming and crying. She's all wound up. She's just excited. Some dogs are like that. They have so much energy. They're always excited. I'm taking my scissors and I'm blending in the base of her tail with the hair on her back. It looks much better back here when it's blended in. I have to apologize if my voice sounds funny. I've had a sore throat all week, but I'm still going to make videos. She's getting her nails cut while she's here today, and I'm also dremeling them too so they're not so sharp. A lot of dogs are itchy after their haircut and they go home and scratch. So I don't want her to go home and scratch with freshly cut nails because they're super sharp. I'm pretty much done with her body and I'm working my way around to her head. Like I said earlier, it requires lots of brushing. I'm trying to be careful, but in order to brush this hair properly, you've got to get down next to the skin, which I'm sure is not enjoyable for the dog, but she lets me do it. And notice I'm covering up her eyes with my fingers as I brush around the sides of her face. The look that I'm going for with this dog is round. Big and fluffy and round. So I'm using my curved scissors and I'm fluffing up all her hair and scissoring it round. Now I'm coming in for those hard, crusty eye boogers that I loosened up in the tub, and they are going to be shaved out very easily with a 40 blade. I don't know if I'm just the slowest groomer in the world, or if it's just the dog's haircut, or maybe it's a little bit of both. But this dog's haircut took me an hour and a half, which is a very long time. But then again, I'm a slow groomer too, and I tend to pick and pick at the same spot. I'm using a mat splitter to comb through her face because she has some tangles. It's like little razors and it cuts through the tangles, so I don't have to pull so hard with the comb. I'm going back with my chunkers and just blending in her ears so it looks more natural.
You're done.
And since I just messed up her head wiping off her face, I'm going to go back and neaten up her beard. And the big moment she's been waiting for, she's getting her beautiful purple slip over the collar bandana with a glittery black butterfly. Look at her tail. She's excited. She knows. I'm telling you, these dogs know when they're done.
Okay. Collar. Okay. There we go.
This dog is so adorable. But even still, if it was my dog, I would shave her head. I wouldn't spend this much time. I would just shave it off. But she is cute.